It's good to be back. Ladies and gentlemen, Bringles and Bongles, what do you know about receipt printers? Well, of course, they have receipts, and somewhere in here, I imagine there's a printer, and for the most part, that's kind of it. You hook this thing up to your computer, every time you make a transaction, you go, and then the cycle begins again. It's a bit of a sad existence when you think about it. But at least one of these receipt printers has been saved today. Saved from the monotony that it was destined to live out, so that it can live a new life, renewed in gaming. But, my brother in Epson, I hear you say. Gaming, eh? If device not made for gaming, why port's gaming shaped? The ping pong gaming port, Grandpa's Teletube connector, Dad's Teletube connector, Nostalgia port, Nostalgia port. Actually, this is probably the Nostalgia port now that I think about it. The Abomination port, USB, and more USB. Okay, so maybe it's not your average receipt printer. It's a receipt printer with a computer. I would like to thank Eric Takes Photos for this one. He alerted me to such a divine device, and if I showed you this side of it, it would have spoiled it. Now, what is a receipt printer doing with a Windows 7 Pro embedded product key? Editor, blur that out, or don't. I don't really fucking care. It's an M287D for those of you trying to look this up on eBay, but be prepared, she's not cheap. So as far as I can tell, this thing was created as an all-in-one solution for small businesses or restaurants or whoever. Because like I said, you typically have your receipt printer, and then you have your computer right next to it. They do a little bit of communication, and next thing you know, you got your receipt. But too much work. No. We could not possibly have two devices. They must be one. But how one really is this? It seems like minorly shoehorned in there, because most receipt printers, you kind of just cut it off like right here, and that's about the size of them. So the computer is just this. How do we get to said computer? There's like just this enormous metal thing. Part of me feels like this slides out like a server blade or something. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna try the first screws I see. How about now? No? Okay. Did that accomplish anything? What does that piece do? Brother, this is like the Antikythera mechanism. A device this advanced should not exist. Oh? Okay, I'm either making progress or breaking it. Honestly, what's the difference? Aha! See you later, dude. Wait, it's got a speaker? What? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's too good. I feel like the computer portion of this thing, like, slides out. I really have faith that it can do that. But this could be a fool's errand. What if we got, like, a peek inside? Oh? A SATA cable. It's not even Saturday. Oh, hard drive. Oh, hard drive. The operating system might be intact on this thing. Epson OS. What awaits us in Epson OS? Okay, well, the computer appears to be upside down, going all stalactite-like. What if the whole computer's just under the hood? It appears I should have tried that first. Whoa, okay. Fuck it. Internal USB port. What a tremendous use of space. 500 gigabyte Western Digital hard drive. Only the fastest for the receipt printer. This thing is so Japanese. It reminds me of the exact same way that the stupid, what was it called? The Sega Alls was built. Very industrial, very sheet metal. Oh, play the clip. And this is 4 gigs of DDR3. This is gonna be a good computer. Is this a double slot? No, it's just like a dummy thick single DIMM slot. Oh, there's a second SATA plug. You never know when you might need to plug an optical drive into your receipt printer. This USB plug and this fuck you plug, I bet you that's just the power for the receipt printer and this is the data. And it is literally just a normal receipt printer just on top of a computer. They mechanically integrated the thing so well, but electrically they're like, just fucking plug it into itself inside. This non-removable heatsink that is very small. I mean, it must be cool and a beast under there, yeah? Music to my ears. Okay, she's going back together before I completely obliterate it. Oh, dude, imagine paying for cloud storage when you could have infinite data. Oh, wait a second. We gotta power this thing on. With that. 24 volts. How many amps? Unknown. I don't think my power supply is gonna be able to make that work. Ah, screw it. We'll try it anyway. This port here reminds me of the Google Meet one, but this is just like a Satan spawn version. Like, what the kind of pin layout is that? If we can find ground pin. Okay, bottom is ground. That leaves 2 more. The one on the left is a little bigger. We're gonna say that is where the voltage goes. Actually, the voltage goes through the ground and the power pin? Be quiet! Ground and voltage. Then we do a little bit of wiry boo over here. Display port. The Dirty Cherry keyboard is busy today, so you'll have to talk to Clean Miguel. We'll set the power supply up to 24 volts. And this is the part where it does not blow up. Don't fit. Don't fit. Don't fit. Oh my goodness. The port is for big salamis and I am but a little salami. Okay, a new power plug discovered. It is once again the part of the video where it does not blow up. Go. Power button. Nothing. Maybe? We're not pulling any amps. Wait. Wait. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah! Okay, it's powered on, but no video. What about VGA? Still nothing. Okay, what if we had like a proper VGA display? Behold, the CS Office display that I've somehow still held on to. Bugs have been shitting on it. I'm not even kidding. There was a spider and it has pooped all over it. Ultra sharp, huh? Are you sure? Ultra low light performance, as in the light has to be ultra low for it to perform at all. Power on. Oh, and that's as bright as she gets, folks. I'm not kidding. Okay, this is a fine setup. Speaking of setup, let's enter it. Oh, a system date default of 2009. Oh. Oh no. No, not the Intel Atom. At least we're in the gigahertz range. EMT64 not supported. No. Okay, whew. I thought that meant it was only 32-bit for a second. Okay, we're good. Massive issue avoided. Processor cores dual, but at least we have hyper-threading. So dual core, 4-thread. Honestly, for an Atom, that's pretty good. We can control when it's gonna thermal throttle. What are the options? Oh, wow, you can go way down. Disabled? Well, I mean, who am I to say no to a good time? The fan can only start when you hit 900 degrees. Damn it. Fascinating boot device we have here. Probably network boot. It has UEFI, so it's not like piss old. Fixed graphics memory size. Can we go higher? Ooh. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Beep volume. A little bit of that. Thank you. Save changes and reset. What does it boot to? I'm guessing Windows 7 embedded something or other? Yep. Uh-oh. Some e-waste guy on eBay did not do his due diligence. Huh? Wait. You're telling me that this thing was owned by the sponsor of today's video? WowCube? I see security was #1 priority. Adding that to the cringe compilation. Okay, so there's like nothing on here. All right, well, I take it back. eBay e-waste guy kind of went above and beyond and reinstalled the OS on here with all of the software. Look at that, all the drivers are right here. I feel like these things are going to be useful to have later, so I'm going to take an image of this drive and also figure out how to use this on not this monitor, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, the drive is preserved, and so is my sanity, as you can see. Gave her a good little upgrade there. I also managed to source an AC adapter, much to the dismay of those who wanted to see this thing melt. And we've got proper video capture. Isn't this just great? What a high-end receipt printer computing experience, huh? Okay, so step 1 on this thing. I want to print something. Nice. Google. Hold on. We gotta set the date and time. Boom. Google.com. 1998 Mitsubishi Magical Utility Wizard. It told me I had unusual traffic and then doxed me. I don't know if we can make Internet Explorer work here. Hold on. Can we get on the denotated Solvo? Yes. We can grab old-ass Firefox from my server. Boom. Welcome to the future, Epson. How about that Google search? Oh, heavens. It's Mysterious Utility Wizard. I'm so sorry. There we go. I would love a picture of the Mysterious Utility Wizard on my printer immediately. So do we want this or do we want this? I started printing and the computer shut off. Dude, what? What? This is the OEM adapter? Dude, he's dead. Hello? Okay, well, he's not dead. How far did we get? Not very. I wonder if we can, like, slow the printer down so it doesn't pull so much power. I'm assuming that's what the problem was, is it pulled too much power. Maybe it just does not like to print images. Gas me up, Fickle Bringle. Go. Oh, that was a lot of paper. Okay, let's see it. Okay. Receipt printer machine broke. Hold on, let's see if there's like some software. Oh, here we go. Operation check. Test printing. Test. Oh, shit. Okay, yep, it turned off again. Did we print anything? No! Okay, I have a feeling that this adapter does technically work, but I wonder if this is like just for, like if you had like a standalone printer, and the fact that we have to also power a computer, maybe this one is not the beefy one? I'm so confused. Power supply adapter for TM-T88V-DT. That is that. But this one on eBay, 24 volts, 1.5 amps. That is actually less power than this one. Look at that, 2.1 amps. So why does it turn it off? Well, it didn't turn off that time. Although we still didn't print anything. Hold on. I came prepared for the possibility that that paper would be no good. Yoink. My experience in food service is really coming in handy right now. You could not believe how well I can change receipt paper. Don't worry about that. Go. Ooh! Oh, now we're talking. I'm still not sure why it's not turning off when we're printing, but I'm not gonna question it. Open drawer. Drawer 1 and drawer 2. Oh, that's for if you have like a cache drawer connected. Probably to the RJ11. Print logo. NV graphic is not stored. Print font. Oh, that appears to be the whole font. Could the paper really have been crashing this? That would be really weird. What happened to the Mysterious Utility Wizard? It's not even in the recycle. What? Okay, full-size images, it does not like. Hold on. I have an idea. Okay, so you know how earlier I said that this is probably the data for the printer and then this is probably the power for the printer? I want to see if that's the case. I mean, really, the only thing that I need to verify is that that is actually the power for the printer. The data doesn't really matter. So if we plug in the power cable, what kind of voltage do we get out of this plug? Would you look at that? 24 volts. So if we unplug that, out you go, and then we leave our USB plugged in, and we turn on the computer, oh, it doesn't turn on. Oh, I had it backwards. This is probably the power to the PC. So the printer probably has power right now, but now the computer doesn't. I think we can work with that. We just connect one of these here. Connect one of those. Oh, stay. Stay. Good boy. Okay, here's my theory. We power the printer with this, and we power the computer with this. But we need to match the voltages, or else disgusting, smoky, smelly things happen. 24.2 volts. Now we'll measure this. 24.2 volts. Awaken. Boom. Boom. Now we go to print our Mysterious Utility Wizard. Oh, it's just printing into the table. Oh, God, that scared me. Whoops, let's find a better ground. Right there. Anyway, while it's off now, we'll just kind of... Yeah, there we go. Okay, one more time. Should one attempt to print with this thing upside down?
Is it capable?
Let's find out. Oh my boy. Oh yeah. she prints. Okay, so the fact that that worked means the crux of the issue is that our little power supply here is not beefy enough. And we can't just run everything off of this because this one only does 1.5 amp output. This and this combined are enough power, but neither of them on their own. So I'm going to order a big fat 5 amp power supply. It came with this nifty jankery device, so we can take the end off of the old charger. My condolences. Get access to the copper inside like we're tweaking off our gourds and screw it into the thingamabingus. Not now, James. I'm competing with you. And look at that. Just like Epson would have done it. Okay, thank you for nothing. Now we can hook this one up to the computer. Oh, this one makes horrible noises. Listen to that. Just like Epson would have done it. Wow, that's bad. I'm getting a headache. Hold on. You are living down there. To test the new AC adapter, I'm going to have a YouTuber moment. Subscribe. Okay, so we can print and compute at the same time. Not that I would really want to anyway, because what I actually want to do on this thing is play some video games. And does this look like a house of gaming to you? No. You can't game in here. You could not possibly game in Windows 7 Professional. Oh, I just noticed that this is a 32-bit operating system. There is certainly not much gaming to take place on a 32-bit operating system. That's actually entirely false, but what I'm trying to get at here is that I want to install a different OS. I could not possibly think of a more fitting operating system for this thing than L Ubuntu. For this is the physical embodiment of an L PC, I would say. Huh? But why? Okay, I'm gonna make it the first boot option. Save. Aha! We have been cursor blinking for a mighty amount of time. I'm just gonna remove this bit right here. Now we can boot with all the text on the screen. That's it? That's all the text on the screen? Okay, I assumed there was some kind of error behind this blinking cursor. Guess we don't get to know what it is. Fine, I'll do it myself. We're just gonna go straight to where the files are. grubx64.efi. Boom. Oh. Oh no. It's 32-bit? Hold on, let me get this straight. The CPU is 64-bit, but it can only boot 32-bit stuff? This is not good. One moment while I figure out what to do, because I'm not installing 32-bit Linux. I have discovered Linuxium. This dude makes modified Linux ISOs for very crappy computers, many of which have 64-bit CPUs, but can only boot 32-bit images. And through the magic of combining ISOs together, they have found a way to make it work. A 64-bit OS bootable on a 32-bit UEFI. In theory, at least. Okay, so far this is worse. What if we go and manually boot the 32-bit file? It just dumps us to grub. How about remaking the installer with Rufus this time instead of Etcher? Nope. How about booting with Ventoy? Nope. Bashing my head into the keyboard? Man, usually that one does it. Even Fedora, which everyone and their dog told me could boot a 64-bit operating system on this wacky 32-bit EFI, says it's only detecting an i6-86 CPU, also known as not 64-bit. Does not look like we're going to be booting some kind of 64-bit Linux on it today. That gives us two options. Slum it with Windows 7, which I'm not against. Slum it with 32-bit Linux, which I am highly against. Or option 3, which is more than 2. I dump the BIOS on this thing and try and mod in 64-bit support. Everything I can see says that the CPU itself does support 64-bit. There's a chance that this is just a software lock. And unfortunately, I think I know the path that we're about to go down. And now my only question is, why do I do this to myself? This is a flash chip programmer, writer, reader thingamabob. And this, well folks, that would be where our BIOS is hiding. This would not be the first time I've done this. There was a wacky Sega arcade machine thing that I did at one point. We had to dump the BIOS on that thing to find out what the password on it was. And that is going to look very easy compared to what we have to do today. The chip clip does not fit. This piece of metal is in the way. Luckily for us, that is a problem of the past. And with the clip seated nicely, we can select our chip, hit read, and look at that. BIOS in the nude. This is gonna take a while to go through, so I'm gonna see if I can figure out what I'm supposed to be doing here. I don't know how to mod a BIOS. But you bet your ass I know how to restore one that this person on Twitter modded for me. I posted about it. They claim shouldn't be too hard. And, well, folks, it simply just works. A lifetime of shoutouts to thee. What a fellow. I could kiss you, mwah, but I won't. Because we need to keep going in this gaming journey, where our next step is getting this off the table because I'm getting a headache again. Plugging in our flash drive and booting into Debian Linux. I know I said Ubuntu earlier, but booting into it just to get this screenshot for Twitter earlier was painful enough. This should be a bit lighter. Remember, this thing is from like 2011. We're making this thing push harder than it's ever had to push before, and it hasn't even had any coffee. We gotta save the ripping and tearing for when we play Doom. This is a bad bit. There was a problem reading data. Make sure you have inserted the installation media correctly. Does over a janky little extension cord count as correctly? We'll just try again, non-ventoid. New flash drive. And last of all, don't forget to wipe your SSD. If this is not a UI fit for a receipt printer, well, I don't know what is. She might be basic, but that basicity is going to translate to performance, which as you can see here, with our 4 gigs of RAM, 1.86 gigahertz processor, and Intel Atom processor integrated graphics controller, we're going to need all the performance that we can get. Wait a second. If we have 64-bit support now, can't we then in theory install more RAM? Because 4 gigabytes of RAM, that's a 32-bit limitation. There's a 4 gig stick in here, but what if we put in an 8? You know, those don't exactly sound like the beeps of compatibility. There's a chance that it's upset at the new RAM because the new RAM is DDR3L and the existing RAM is DDR3. They are not exactly the same thing. Please, I beg you to join us in the Dedotation Nation. No! Damn it. Okay, I guess it's gonna be 4 gigs for us. That sucks. Okay, well, if we have to live in 4 gigs of RAM land, I'm going to apply my learned lesson from Linux on the PS4, and I'm going to create a 16 gigabyte swap file. This is the closest thing that we can get to downloading more RAM. It's gonna make a file on the SSD, and when we run out of RAM, it's gonna use that file as virtual RAM. The cool part about that is that it's gonna prevent our system from crashing, but the downside is literally everything else. It's just as fast as it sounds to use your SSD as RAM, and since we already had a 4 gigabyte swap partition set up, we now have 20 gigabytes of virtual RAM. This is such an optimal setup. Steam, install. Thank you, Deborah. Package curl is not installed, then install it. Fix broken install. At least the command sounds like exactly what I want to happen. Now Steam. Installing Steam libs. Steam using libs on my PC? It's more likely than you think. Nothing to do? How dare you do nothing, yet hold my terminal hostage? What part of gaming do you not understand? We gotta spell it out for you? Look at that. Gaming. In case you forgot what the goal was. Go. I command thee. Do something. We are truly just doing nothing. Using a solid 9% of our CPU. We haven't even touched the swap space yet. What doing? Apparently nothing. Can I just close this? Will this be a massive mistake if I close it? Dude, I really don't want to screw this install up. Okay, we'll make a new tab. Steam. Oh. Wait, was that there the whole time? But where is it? Hold on, if we exit this, now try and open it. Where is it? I click it and it just makes nothing happen. All right, run it back. Reboot. Okay, I guess if we're gonna try and game, we need to think like the gaming gamer. The gaming gamer would simply go to the start menu and open Steam. It's here. Somewhere. Desktop 2? No? Okay, foolish of me to simply use the GUI to do something on Linux. We will do how the Linuxians do. Steam console. Okay, I thought that was gonna let me sign in through the terminal, but no. Oh, no way that worked! It put the window on a second monitor, of which there is not one plugged in. Okay, Steam. I'm shocked that that worked. That's crazy. And here I thought it was because we were using an Intel Atom from 13 years ago. Nah, brother. She works mint. This is crazy. Look at what is possible when you simply download 32 more bits from a user on Twitter. What's our usage looking like now, huh? Look at that, we're really not using much RAM. Windows would have been at like 16 gigs utilized by now. CPU, not too bad. Man, this system is garbage, but like it's very efficient garbage. Yeah, I know all we have open is Steam right now, but Steam in its current state can be quite a resource hog sometimes, considering the whole thing is just like a cracked out install of Google Chrome. One of these, thank you. This is a little more ambitious, but it'll probably run. Not a chance it's running this one, but we'll do it anyway. Same goes for this. I mean, come on, you know we gotta try. But first... Oh, wow. 2 FPS on Half-Life 1's menu. There was a device that we played on that ran Half-Life so badly that I actually fell out of the tram. I wonder if we can recreate that.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, let's change some settings first before getting back into that. Oh my goodness. Excellent resolution. 640 by 512. Okay, not to brag or anything, but I literally just tripled our FPS. I'm kind of an optimization god.
Good morning, and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility.
This is impressive. I think the receipt printer takes the cake. This is the worst Half-Life gameplay we have ever seen on this entire channel. We're not even like progressing. We're just undulating between 2 random frames. We're going like +1 FPS followed by -1 FPS. Wow, this is good. This is real good. Why is this happening? Software renderer, how about that? Massive improvement. Man, you know your onboard graphics suck when you switch to software renderer and it quadruples the performance. Okay, here it is. This is where I fell out of the tram last time.
Or drinking are permitted within the Black Mesa Transit System. Please keep your limbs inside the train at all times. Do not attempt
Oh! It can be repeated! What the heck? Why can you do this? Is this only a thing that you can do when your FPS is shit? Requires further investigation. I'm just glad I managed to do it again in the exact same spot. So I jumped out of the back window. Hold on, can you just do that? Like if I just go back here, can I just jump out of this window? No, you can't. But around that one specific corner. Wait, wait, so can you just do that? Okay, hold on. Detour. I need to know. Oh, it appears God has forsaken us. Dude. Okay, here's a regular computer playing regular Half-Life on regular Steam. Can you jump out the back? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. You hold down B and it crouches. I am crouch jumping. Is it just like this corner? I'm trying so hard. I don't think you can do it. I'd love to be proved wrong. All I'm saying is that it's only happened to us on really, really poorly running copies of the game, which this certainly is. Where is Barney? What is happening? Okay, dude, now you really owe me a beer. Okay, so yeah, this is just horrific. This is like so bad. Like, yeah, it's an Atom. It's got 4 gigs of RAM. But consider the minimum system requirements for this game. I don't know what they are, but we have to be above it. Okay, I've seen enough. I don't even know if we're gonna get this one to run. Woo, buddy! Okay, while Half-Life 2 takes the next century to load, I wanted to show you guys something. I was browsing this video hardware acceleration on this guy's piece of crap computer forum on Mint or something like that, and they get this response. Oh dear, I have an old netbook with similar hardware, and the news isn't great. You have an Atom D2700, basically the same as this thing. Your video is Cedar View, which can be seen by the fact that you're using the GMA 500 driver. This thing is also using that driver, I checked earlier. That's the only driver available for it, and that's not going to change. The video card is one of the worst you can get for Linux. Intel open sourced that one and the Pulsebo video card, and the motherfucker will not release the source code, which means you aren't going to get 3D hardware accelerated video ever. And in my disbelief, I kept searching. But yet again, the news was not good. The GPU is bad because it has no proper drivers for anything but Windows 7. It is licensed from PowerVR. It is not a normal Intel GPU. It'll work in Linux, but there won't be any GPU acceleration. So that's why the performance is super horrifically bad. Oh, look at that, Half-Life 2 loaded. This background is not a static image, by the way, but on the Epson receipt printer, it has become one. Okay, well, we are in like minutes per frame territory, and after reading that news on the internet, I think we need to go back to Windows. Welcome back to Windows 7. This is not the same Windows 7. This is Windows 7 Professional 64-bit. Okay, so we got 32 more bits, but that's kind of a problem. You see, Intel or whoever in their infinite wisdom really wanted these atoms to just be 32-bit. So when they made the display driver for it, they did something kind of stinky. Oops. Your computer does not meet the minimum system requirements for installing the software. That's a little bit misleading, because we are exceeding the minimum requirements. We got 32 more bits. But 64-bit does not equal 32-bit but better. It is fundamentally not compatible with this 32-bit driver. And so, my homies, take a look at this. I don't know why this scuffed copy of Windows 7 has Microsoft Edge on it, but it's very useful at the moment. When we look up Intel D2800 drivers, and then we cut that and put it into Google, we are once again faced with our driver, which only works on Windows 7 32-bit. However, there is one for Windows Vista 64-bit. What are the odds that it's just gonna work? I mean, this one open. Okay. Minimum system, we're literally an OS newer. Okay, hold on. Compatibility, run this program in compatibility mode for Windows Vista. Admin, okay. Retry, next. No! Hold on. We download the zip, extract it with the greatest zip extractor software of all time. Can we get just like the INF? Boom, INF. Hold on, so we can go to Device Manager, pick the INF file. No way. We're signed and everything? Go. Yes. The driver selected for this device does not support this version of Windows. Why? But why? There's not that many differences between Vista and 7. Come on. Okay. We're turning back the clock. Welcome to Windows Vista.
Dude, this is crazy. I'm working on filming this video, right? Vista installed and all that. And I'm over here getting the driver. Intel Atom processor N2800. I go to the downloads. And then it's just gone. The Vista driver, it's just gone. The Windows 7 one is here. View download options. It's straight up just gone. It's been one day, and then they removed the driver. What are the odds that they removed the driver for this stupid 15-year-old CPU today? But luckily, as they do, archive.org, folks. They had the driver. And better yet, the download links, they actually work. So thank you, archive.org, for saving this video. Actually, who the hell am I kidding? This probably isn't even gonna work.
I might have got a little carried away and started installing games. So I guess it's about time we see if the driver even works. Here they are. We'll try the exe first. Next. What? It be the correct OS. What minimum requirement are we not meeting? Okay, screw you. We're trying the zip. You have to authorize throwing away a file. Oh, Vista. In goes the INF file. There's our driver. Next. Windows cannot verify. Eat my ass. Brother, the suspense is killing me. I need to know, come on. This is our 4th operating system. It worked. The hardware you installed will not work until you restart your computer. Okay. Do you want to restart? Yes, I want nothing more. I believe so hard. Come on, get me in there. I want to see it. I want to see it with my own eyes. No. What? The device has reported problems. I don't... You would... You see, I... Welcome back. Welcome back to Windows 7. Welcome back to the exact copy of Windows 7 that we started with. Look at that, 32-bit operating system. There is no driver, not one, not on Windows, not on Linux, that supports the stupid graphics chip in this stupid CPU that's not even made by stupid Intel that works on a 64-bit copy of Windows. And if you're on Linux, you don't get anything. So there you go, the device is working properly. We can even do one of these. Look at that. Video acceleration, finally. And you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't even really matter. These are all 32-bit games anyway. So basically, most of this video has been pointless. Editor, can you cut out like most of the video actually? We shouldn't waste anybody's time. I think we might just be finally ready to game on the Epson receipt printer. You know, a moment like this, we ought to break out the fine gaming wear. Only the best for the Epson receipt printer. Yes, very nice. How did that get back on the table? No, who keeps putting this on the table? Now, why don't we give Half-Life a second chance?
Good morning.
Oh, what is this? Whoa. Okay. What the heck? Is that Pepsi Man? The real question is this better or worse than the last performance? I have never seen a game so uniquely and completely fucked. I feel like I should be saying something funny and clever right now, but I'm kind of just enjoying watching the game trip absolute balls. Is that Barney?
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like you're running late.
I think running late is the least of my concerns right now. Whoa! Look at this guy! Hello? Okay, for one, why are the HD textures on?
I wonder if I have to wait until after the test. Excuse me, Gordon, but I'm rather busy now.
You got the wrong airlock, Mr. Freeman. You know I can't let you through here.
Okay, well, the FPS is good. 3D video acceleration at what cost? Well, I think, you know, I don't know what I think. Surely Half-Life 2 will run not like that. Oh, this is shockingly normal. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to do something about that. Low. 640 by 480. Now that's some performance. I knew I spoke too soon. Honestly, after the intro, it seems pretty normal. Yeah, I mean, she's gaming. It do be original Xbox version simulator. The CPU cannot be bothered to try any harder. We're well within our RAM limit. You know, it sounds like this thing needs to get pushed a little harder. It's time for that one stinky copy of TF2. It doesn't even have an icon. It also doesn't even work. Hold on, we can fix that. Just change the file path. Boom. Oh, sure. Half-Life Fortress 2. Here it is. TF2 1. Best experience with ATI Radeon I'm working with what I got here, okay? Low. You know the drill. For what purpose is this scroll bar? It is in the middle of the screen. Why? What are the odds that there are servers being hosted for this copy of the game? Steam Beta must be running. I don't even have Steam Regular. Put on 2 Fort. Epic. Wow. You know, the statistics are not being reported correctly. I assume something to do with our GPU is the bottleneck here. It just like randomly kinda gets okay FPS, but then you have to deal with this. But anyway, like I was saying, The CPU usage is not very high. The RAM usage is not very high. This is simply the work of the fantastic Intel 3600 GMA GPU. I am not brave enough to add any bots to the map at this time. Okay, this is working very good. Wait, I just switched to red? I love that the gun just leaves when the performance tanks. It is the first thing to go. This is very impressive. I would like to push it harder. I'm making the executive decision to skip Portal 2 and go straight to CSGO because I think it would be funnier. I mean, did you expect anything less? One more time. Methinks we are running out of RAM. It's time for my favorite duct tape fix. Here, my friend. Simply have 24 more gigabytes of RAM. It's yours, my friend. Do with it whatever you'd like. As I was saying... Damn it. Oh god, what is rev loader? You know, I don't want to know. Window, height 480, width 600. Again. Oh, that's not gonna work, because this is running something called RevLoader, and these commands are for the game executable. Wait, what is this? Run csgo.exe? Yeah, I'll run that. Oh no. Your version of Launcher is out of date. We'll download an installer to update you to the new version of Launcher. I'm scared. Okay. Oh boy. This is just what you have to deal with, I guess, when you're pirating a free game. Okay. And it works anyway! Maybe. Play. Game launch file not found. Click the button, repair the game. There it is, repair the game. Oh. That doesn't look like it's gonna work. Cool. Excellent! Play! What is happening? What is happening in my life right now? Oh, now there's two of them. Did it delete the game? Oh, it's gone! The game is just gone. It was here and now it's not. Look at this. 8 megabytes! Repair the game, deleted the entire game! What is going on? Now it says run CS2. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm mad that I can still navigate this menu really well, despite it being in Russian. You know what? Sure. 852 by 480. Why not? I'm losing my mind. Look how it left the screen. At least we can see our task manager performance while gaming now. Hold up. Why does this actually run the best out of everything so far? It's not registering my inputs. I mean, the game is, but it's not letting me... What is happening? Do I have to go in order? W, S, A, D. Oh, wait, is this the part where we look at the painting? Oh, okay, there we go. The 4 native Russian speakers that are watching this video right now are having a great time. And all the pirate TikTok Bringus accounts that are translating this into Russian anyway can just leave this part, I guess. Russian Wheatley is real, and he can hurt you. I really, really want to see how the environment destruction is going to do here. I'm not expecting much. You know, it's holding on. Like, look at the lighting and everything. I expected a lot worse. I thought this thing was gonna be at its knees. Listen to how disjointed the sound effects are from what's actually happening. How did this end up being the game that ran the best? This is ridiculous. I mean, just wait till a portal opens, I guess. Ooh, you know, still playable. Okay, it's like actually like unironically playable now. I mean, nobody likes to play at 24 FPS, but you could. What if we hide in the corner? Boom, 36. What an odd phenomenon. Oh, okay, I guess that's just the desktop now. Okay, well, as enriching of an experience as that was, I don't think this thing's greatest strength is plugging it into a monitor and gaming on it. You know, just a hunch. Now, a device like this, I would be a fool not to use its true strength. I want to try gaming on the built-in display. if you know what I mean. Can we game on the paper? I don't completely know what I mean by that, and I don't know how I'm going to execute it. And then this is the part where I would start explaining how I built some software to make this all happen, but to be honest with you, I'm about to vibe code the entire thing, and I could not explain any of it to you. That's assuming I can figure it out at all. Now excuse me while I go record an alternate take of this part of the video where I didn't figure it out, and now I have to find a way to end it. Well, end this segment, not like my life. I'll be back.
Look at all this progress. From the finest AI slop code that I can produce with the app Cursor, I have a working program. So you specify the printer that you want to spam out of. You set the FPS that it is allowed to print images off at. Then there's some other stupid stuff. Brightness and contrast tuning. And tuning it needs a lot of, actually. It's basically just a giant Game Boy printer. The images that it puts out are actually pretty cool. How much Half-Life 2 do you need to have played to know exactly what this is a picture of? And it's taken me a while to kind of tune the brightness. As you can see, these are two very different kinds of images. And not only am I trying to make it look okay, this is actually a very important process for this kind of printer. So when you open this guy up, surprisingly, there are warning labels in here for heat. And because of the way these printers work, when they're printing, they can get kind of hot on the print head. The more you're printing, the hotter it gets. And when you're printing out a scene like this, you're printing more often than you're not when you consider that everything that's black in the scene is what the printer is actually printing. So this image would generate way more heat than like this image, which is just the desktop. And this is when I had it really poorly tuned. This is also the desktop. But when you're printing out a massive amount of black like this, it gets super, super hot. And I found out that this printer has a mode on it that stops it from printing when it gets too hot. It would just let print jobs stack up in the print queue, and it would get to them when it finally cools down. So these controls are actually necessary to keep the printer from overheating. Let me give you guys a quick test. So we just hit F9 and there we go. Look at that. And you know, weirdly, there's actually like audible feedback to whether it's gonna start overheating. The higher the pitch of the printer, the closer it is to overheating. No clue why that's a thing, but it's very consistent. It's pretty stable at this rate and at this darkness, but now watch this. If we absolutely nuke the brightness, restart the printer. Now listen. Yep, there it is. Look at that. Error. So that's kind of a cool feature. He just screams higher pitched when he's dying. But yeah, this is really bad because that means it's stacking up prints in the print queue while it's dying. Look at this. Look at all the prints in here. There's so many. And they're all just a black screen. But anyway, that's why we have to tune the brightness. And tuning I have done. This technology is so crazy that it has enabled me to do this. I'm also watching Hank Green tell me about how it's going to destroy the world, and to be honest, he's completely correct.
It's time. I have obtained a copy of Doom. We have to run it in software renderer because everything else doesn't work. We're gonna crank that onboard speaker and we're gonna start receipt printer gaming in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Okay, there we are, the Doom menu. So I gotta make sure the paper goes back there, and it's all gonna spool up down here, kind of by my feet. You'll start to see, yep, there it is. Okay, we're burning paper, let's go. Why did it stop? I had to get up microphone, why did it stop? Oh, it's going, it's printing a bunch at once. Hold on, I gotta stop the print queue. Okay, we're back, we're so back. What am I supposed to do when it just stops printing? Hello? Come on, I'm trying to game here. Oh, we're too hot. Hold on, I planned for this. I took a server fan and I stuck it right in the front of it here. Look at that, we're good. All right, now we're gaming. I'm gonna try not to look at the screen at all. You can even adjust the mic here to make it so I really can't see. Okay, We're gaming. Oh, it's so bright. Where am I? Oh no. There's quite a bit of paper spooled down there now. Hold on, what is happening? It's printing like out of order. Hey, there we go. The door is open. I believe there's an enemy ahead. At some point, maybe we'll see him. Oh, there he is. He's right in front of us. It's printing out of order. What the? We're like going into the past right now. Hold on, hold on. That is unintelligible. We're gonna give her a restart. Let me pull all this out. We're coming to a reset here. Yeah, it uses a lot of paper. Just throw it in the pile with the rest of the paper. All right, restart. 3, 2, 1, go. We are wasting so much. Look at the black bars. These are enormous. No, it keeps getting sucked up by the fan. We gotta turn the fan down a little bit. We've got the door open. We are probably shooting the guy. It's printing out of order again. It's sucking up into the fan. Oh, good lord. This works really good. Believe me, this works fantastic. Oh, it appears we've died. Run it back. We will simply get the armor this time. Navigate our way back to the room. You know, these are actually kind of clear. Like, you can see what's happening. Okay, well, not right here. He's here. He's here. I can hear him. Oh, I got him this time. Okay. You know, the graphics of this game do not lend themselves too well to being monochrome. Okay, thank you, Doom. We played Doom on the receipt printer. We did the thing. Half-Life. Stop wasting paper. Hold on. Don't print the desktop. Hey, look at those. Half-Life actually works pretty good on this computer when you switch to software renderer. Oh, this is actually really sick. Look at these. These are so cool. Okay, hold on. We're supposed to be playing. I'm just like sightseeing right now in the game, taking pictures. This is actually so cool. This is such a vibe. Hold on. I don't even want to play the game. Look at these. These are so cool. Off we go down the hallway. The delay is horrific on this. It takes about 4 seconds before it's like live. So you kind of just end up sitting here against like walls. Oh, there's a corridor that I think we ought to go down. This just looks so cool. I'm gonna adjust the camera so you guys can see it better. These look so sweet. I want to frame them. They call me the Dither Man. No smoking area. We're in the right place. Why is it not spooling down there anymore? Have we run out? We run out of the infinite space by my legs? Oh, that's quite a bit of paper. Maybe I can kind of keep tension on the end of it. I don't know if this is a viable way to play this game. It keeps getting sucked into the fan. If we can set Magnuson's casserole on fire, I'll be happy. We're doing it. There it is. There's the microwave. So now we just hit E. Oh, I heard it. Come on. Come on. Aha! I need confirmation. Let's see it. There it is. A ruined casserole. Okay, I think that's enough. Stop printing. I stopped the program. Stop printing. Thank you for coming with me on this receipt printer gaming journey.
There's quite a bit to clean up.
So if you would be as kind as to like this video, subscribe if you haven't, you know, all the YouTube stuff, I would be very appreciative. Gaming.